So it's official. The Hunt for Gollum has its official release date in the theaters, which will be for December 17th of 2027. So we have to wait another 2 years before we get to see what this film looks like. Now, I have some concerns for the film. Can you really tell a good story for just the Hunt for Gollum? Because this story takes place within the Fellowship time frame before Frodo leaves the Shire to go on his long journey to destroy the ring. Are we going to tell a good story there? I don't know. From my understanding, there's not a whole lot of dialogue, a whole lot of written about that time frame. Yes, the actions that took place, where Gollum went, but not exactly the word for word that was spoken there, which is my concern. Because whenever you had these creators come in and they twist and change the universes to fulfill another story just because we have the outlines of a plot, it usually doesn't work all that well. Take Game of Thrones, for example, how that latter seasons went when they didn't have George R.R. Martin's books to go off of. Yes, a lot of people say that the show ended the way that George wanted, and that's why he's struggling with the book so much, but I don't know for sure. No one does. And I'm just concerned that we're not going to give a good story. Although we do have Peter Jackson coming back with the rest of his crew, so maybe all right. But you have to remember that Peter Jackson also had a hand in the War for Rohirrim animated movie that came out not that long ago. That was pretty much a disaster. I think it grossed 20 million stateside and maybe 100 million globally. It wasn't a very well received film, and honestly, it wasn't even a really great film. If the film had focused on Helm Hammerhand and not Hera, his daughter, I think the film would have been way better, but the film we got was okay. It wasn't horrendous. It didn't destroy Tolkien lore, in my opinion, but it wasn't all that good. And that's my concern for this. We've seen how people have handled the Lord of the Rings property post Lord of the Rings, and it has not gone well. Yes, even The Hobbit. I think The Hobbit was a horrible trilogy. I think you have a good movie, an okay second movie, and a useless third movie. That should have been maybe two movies at max. It made no sense to have the Battle of the Five Armies, because if you know how that second film ends, you know that there's only maybe two chapters left of the book, maybe three if I'm remembering correctly. So it did make sense to have a whole hour length of filming done just for that. Yes, you want to have the battle scenes, sure, but it wasn't really all that necessary. Like, you should just follow the Hobbit book more closely, in my personal opinion, and that's my concern here. Is this going to damage the wider world of Peter Jackson just because you want to have another Lord of the Rings entry just to hold on to those rights a little bit longer? Because that's really what this is. It's not because it's really care for the story. It's not because Warner Bros. Is like, oh, we really love this. We want to make sure we're appreciating Tolkien lore. No, this is just to make sure that they hold on to the IP rights. If you really wanted to hold on to the Tolkien lore, you should have gone to the Silmarillions. You should have gone to the way backstory. You should have told the Legends of Myth and lore. Because right now, Lord of the Rings is at the end of Middle Earth, of the magic. It's at the end of that phase. If you wanted to really do something amazing, you should have gone to the beginning. Instead of they're having the same issue that Hollywood has. They're stuck within a certain time frame. Same thing with Star Wars. They can't get away from the Rebels and the Empire. They have to always be focusing all their shows, all their movies around there. They can't go past that. They can't leave the sequel trilogy behind. They just spend too much time within a certain period of time, and I'm concerned that's what we're going to see with the Hunt for Gollum. But you guys let me know, what are your thoughts down below? Do you think that this is going to be a ill Aaron? Do you think this is actually a masterstroke in storytelling? Do you think we have nothing to worry about with Peter Jackson at the helm and that this will turn out great? I look forward to hear what you guys are. Comment below, leave a like or dislike, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.